Naughty Dog has been pretty confident about their upcoming The Last of Us Part 2 title, especially after delaying the game because they needed some extra time with redefining and making sure the game ends up being a masterpiece, which I honestly have no doubts on whether that Last of Us 2 will indeed end up being a huge example for the upcoming AAA titles in the future. The developers at Naughty Dog recently seemed pretty confident about their project, and they've even been talking about the development cycle of the game, and they've even been responding to some of the fans on Twitter. But recently, just 2 days ago, we got some tweets from Anthony Newman, who is said to be the co-director at Naughty Dog for The Last of Us Part 2. So Anthony Newman here seems pretty excited for the project himself, and he indeed did tweet out something that basically got me even more hyped than I was for The Last of Us 2's release date. So now his tweet basically quoted saying this: "We about to redefine AAA in 2020. Now, people replying to this tweet went really crazy on how excited everyone was for the new upcoming Game of the Year title, and to be honest, some small tweets like these are always the best to pump up the hype in the community. Now, redefining a AAA is not something that can be taken lightly, I guess, because we did see some massive changes from Rockstar Games that have redefined the open world AAA genre with their Red Dead Redemption 2, and I honestly don't think that there is any game up till today that can actually beat the level of details and open world interaction that Red Dead Redemption 2 had achieved back in 2018. And when you say redefining a AAA genre, that should totally mean that the team is indeed pretty much confident on what they've been achieving with The Last of Us Part 2, and Naughty Dog actually believes that this could change how the future AAA production works for the next generation gaming industry. Well, now Anthony Newman did not stop with that tweet right there. He in fact went on and wrote a small article on what people are to expect from The Last of Us Part 2, and also added in a timer countdown for the release date of the game, which again once more made me super hyped all over again. So now let's take a look at this small article that Anthony just published a few hours ago, which quotes that the things I really want people to understand about the game is that as high as the expectations are for the sequel to such highly regarded game, I think we're going to go beyond those expectations. From sound designing to AI to the environment to the level designing, the breadth of the level designing is just insane. We're now doing wide and vertical environments you can see from the trailer, and the breadth of the places that you go to, from flooded cities to these forests to all of these different places in the map. It really is far and away the most ambitious game we have ever made, and I just can't wait for people to play it already. Now, I don't know if this got you guys hyped enough or not, but this sure did get me totally excited for The Last of Us 2, and I honestly can't sit here and wait to get my hands onto the game. And one of the most interesting details that most of us might have missed from Anthony's article here is where he basically reveals how the map environments are designed. Now, if you look closely here, Anthony actually mentioned that they have designed the game in a wide and vertical environment. Now, what does the wide and vertical environment mean? Well, there's another AAA game which is also designing their maps wide and vertically, which is none other than CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077. Now, you might be wondering, what does the wide and vertical environment designing mean, and how does this change the level of details in a game's environment? Now, wide environment designing is something that most of the current generation games are designed as, where the maps is designed in a single lane terrain direction, like The Last of Us Part 1 for example. As you guys have already played the game, you might know how the map designing is basically done, but when it comes to wide and vertical designing, that basically means that one particular part of the map is designed with multiple approachable areas. It's not just going to be a horizontal landscape, you'll have a whole new environment like under the map, like basements, underground, sewage, and parking, that will have both below the ground environment as well as above the ground environment. And now you as a player will not just have one path to the objective or one particular possibility to move in, but you will now have multiple possibilities in the map where you can either go downstairs on a building, or you can even go all the way above the building, or you can even run around in the streets or even enter an underground passage. All of the environmental options will now be enabled with the new wide and vertical environment. Now, the best example for this could be shown in a game like Cyberpunk 2077, where you can now run around in the open streets, then you can go explore the undergrounds of the night city, or you can even enter tall buildings or a mall for example, and have an entire new map inside the building that you can explore. And every building you explore will indeed have its own theme and different styles, and will also be as interactive as other open world areas that you see and explore outside the buildings. I honestly don't know any better way of explaining this. I really hope that that you guys understood what I was trying to say there. But that is basically how Naughty Dog have designed The Last of Us Part 2, where you will now get to explore multiple ways in an environment within that particular area. So that, I think, would indeed be a huge game changer for The Last of Us 2, and I honestly don't even doubt a bit that Naughty Dog is indeed going to be redefining what AAA games are with their upcoming Last of Us Part 2 project. Now, of course, all of these news have indeed made me super excited for the release of Last of Us Part 2, but just imagine right now, if the game was not delayed, then we would already get to play the game this week, and even having a thought of that makes me feel sad that Naughty Dog had to delay the game this far. Now, the one thing that I'm very excited for is the PAX East exhibition, where they've now confirmed that those who visit the event will get a chance to play 30 minutes of The Last of Us Part 2 exclusive gameplay demo, where Ellie and Dina venture through the small town called Jackson in search of supplies for the camp. Now, I think that this is some kind of a starting mission for the game, and I also think that I might be visiting PAX East just to get the gameplay recorded for you guys. But at the same time, I don't know if I will be able to make it to the event for 100% sure, because my production team is now moving in on our new office, and I've also got a new full-time editor that I've just hired and who's also moving in on the same day, so I have to make a lot of preparation on that particular day. So hopefully, if I end up finishing my other work in time, then I will surely get you guys some brand new The Last of Us Part 2 demo gameplay. Now, for a fact, we already know that The Last of Us 2 is going to be releasing on both the current generation PS4s and the next gen PS5. I would honestly prefer to play the game for the first time on the PS5 rather than the PS4, so that I can totally experience the full limits of the game on 4K 60 frames per second, or maybe 120 frames per second, which is what Sony claims that PlayStation 5 could possibly achieve. But since the game is releasing before the PS5 drops in store, I don't really think that I can sit here and wait it out, especially since I'm going to be covering this game on my channel. So what I want to know now is if you guys are going to wait for The Last of Us Part 2 PS5's launch, or will you guys just play the game on PS4 on the release date and maybe just replay the game some other time on the PS5 when it drops? Let me know what your plans are for The Last of Us Part 2 in the comment section down below, and I will also be reading and replying to every single comments that you guys put down in the comment section, because I think that this is going to be a very interesting topic to be discussed in the comments. So yeah, please don't hesitate to share your opinions in the comments down below. And also, if you guys are new to my channel, then you should know that I'm currently doing a Cyberpunk 2077 pre-order codes giveaway. So the way you can enter this giveaway is by simply going to Clem link down below in the description, and make sure you guys enter it. Maybe if you're lucky enough, then you might be able to win a free copy of Cyberpunk 2077. If this video actually gets 150 likes, then maybe I'll give away a standard edition of The Last of Us Part 2 digital version. So let me know in the comments down below if maybe I should do this giveaway or maybe not. And even if I do, then I'll be picking the winner from the comments who manages to tell the best Last of Us Part 2 story theory and your wish list for the game and what you guys are expecting to see in the new Last of Us game. So make sure you guys leave your feedbacks in the comments down below. And now, if you guys are also looking for a channel that's going to be covering a spoiler-free The Last of Us Part 2 content, then you should totally subscribe to my channel and turn the video notifications on, because I always try not to spoil the game for you guys with any of the new videos that I make. And recently I've been seeing a lot of channels that have spoiled a lot of leaked story and much more about the game. And if you guys want to stay away from it, then make sure you stay away from The Last of Us 2 content as we get closer to the release date, because the leaks and the spoilers will flow in really bad, especially as we get closer to the launch date. And the same actually did happen to the Uncharted 4, where some guys actually stole a bunch of copies of Uncharted 4 from a shipping truck, and they had leaked the entire game a month before it was even out. So if that's something that you guys want to be avoiding, then please stay away from any unknown Last of Us leaks and stuffs on the internet. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Till then, take care fams, and goodbye.
You can't stop this. What the hell are you doing here?